Welcome all. Thank you all for joining us. A year on, I was reviewing the video from a year ago, and it doesn't seem like it seems like we've come a long way in 12 months. So we're excited to share some of the updates with you. I'm Jen O'Brien. I am the 10th and 11th grade coach and the program director for Bright Futures. Let me get through the housekeeping logistics before we get started. One, as you can see, we are recording the meeting. Two is when you're not speaking, please double check that your mic is on mute just to reduce the background noise. And three, we will be having a conversation with 3 of our students, and we have prepared questions ourselves, but we would love for you to feel free to jump in and ask your own questions. So the best way to do that would be use the chat feature. That's perfect. If you'd prefer, you could use the raise hand icon that's at the bottom of your screen, or even just unmute and jump in if you see a good opportunity to do that, or a small enough group that should be manageable. Okay, before I hand over the mic to our moderator tonight, I'd love to just give 2 or 3 minutes, and I actually timed it, so I'm going to try and be good to my 2 or 3 minutes to give you an update on where we're at with this program, give you a little context. First, Bright Futures is a program of the Park City Ed Foundation. I always lead with that. Park City Ed Foundation infuses more than $1.5 million. And I heard Jen Billow on the radio this morning say 2 million. So my number might be out of date, but they infuse a lot of money annually into programs in the Park City School District through 8 signature initiatives. And Bright Futures is one of those signature initiatives. The Bright Futures program supports Park City's students who will be the first generation in their family to attend and graduate college. We make a long-term commitment to students, 7 years or more. They enter the program before 10th grade, and our programming is based on 3 pillars of support. One is a college and career readiness curriculum that's delivered through after school and weekend programming. The second is financial assistance in the form of both scholarships and need-based aid while students are in college. And the third, in my personal view, and most important, is one-on-one coaching and mentorship for all of the big and little complicated issues that are involved with preparing for, applying to, and succeeding in college. So we're in our 7th year of programming, and that is significant because our very first cohort of students who started before their sophomore year back in 2016 is now in their final 4th year of college, and many of them are set to graduate in the spring. So it's an exciting year for us. We will have our first graduating class to celebrate in May. So keep your eye out for more about that. We have currently 127 students in this program. That number has been steadily growing. We expect it to continue to grow. The program has had results that really even are beyond what we expected. I mean, we have high ambitions, but the students have collectively achieved a 90% college progression rate, which means that of all our students in college, 90% are still actively on track towards a degree. So I will credit that to the students. I mean, we have motivated, hardworking, resilient, and extremely well prepared students coming out of the Park City High School, academically strong and well prepared, as you'll see. So I'm excited for you to hear from them. I'd like to introduce our moderator for the evening is our newest staff member, not too new, but back in February, Joanna Acevedo joined our team as the college program manager, and she's been making a huge impact. So I will mute, and Joanna, ask you to please introduce the students, and we'd love to hear how they're doing.
Hi, thank you for that great introduction. It's honestly such a privilege to work with these students. And I know, for example, Jose, I haven't worked with him as much because he's in the incoming cohort. So I'll get to work with him a little bit more closely in February. But I have had the chance to work with Jessica and Lindsay, and it has been quite an honor. So I would really appreciate if y'all could unmute yourself, like as you would like to go first. And again, if anyone in the audience has questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll do my best to keep an eye on it. And you can also raise your hand. But to start us off, can y'all please tell us your name, your college, the year in college, and your major? And for you, Jose, tell us where you're applying and tell us what majors of interest you have, okay? So do you want to start us off, Lindsay?
Yeah, so my name is Lindsay Carreto, and I am at Utah State University in Logan. And this is my third year, but I'm graduating because I got enough credits. So I'm graduating a year early, so technically I'm a senior. And I am majoring in psychology and minoring in social work.
Love it. Congratulations. And why don't we go with you next, Jessica?
Hi, I'm Jessica Hinojos. I'm a freshman at the University of Utah, and right now I'm planning to major in political science, and I am considering law school.
I can definitely see that, without a doubt. And then what about you, Jose?
Hi, I'm Jose Hernandez. I am in 12th grade here at the high school. And I am planning on applying to the California Institute of Technology and the University of Utah. Some majors I'm interested in would be biomedical engineering, and I would like to go to med school to become a doctor.
So as y'all can see, some amazing students, and we're barely on the first question. So I am excited to get onto this next one. So you are all very inspiring and determined human beings, and I would love to know, I know there's lots of things to be proud of, but is there an accomplishment or a moment that you are most proud of? And I'll let y'all, like, whichever one wants to unmute first, go.
So for me, I think something that I'm really proud of was kind of how everything turned out my senior year. Joanna and Jen know that I was struggling a lot with FAFSA, with just finding ways to pay for college, and thanks to them, we were able to figure it out, and I'm here now, so I'm really like proud of that, and I'm excited, and honestly all thanks to you guys for the support.
For me, it would probably be that I'm graduating a year early. I didn't plan on this happening. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna do college in 3 years. It's just that, like, I'm really proud of it because, like, in high school, I remember I was like taking AP classes and I was stressed and I was like, is this even worth it? Like, I'm doing all of this and I'm tired. And now I'm like, look what happened. You know, I was able to come in with all these credits and finish college in 3 years.
For me, I would say it's also that I'm on track for graduating for my senior year. I'm the first in my family, so it's definitely been one of those things that I am very grateful to, like the bright futures like Jen and Nikki for really helping me with my college, application progress, because I would not have been able to do it on my own. It's definitely like a whole nother world.
I appreciate y'all sharing that, and I have to give y'all credit though, because yes, we're here to support y'all, but y'all put in all that hard work, and we want to recognize that it takes a lot for y'all to be in the positions you're in. So we're proud of you. And my next question is, we know Bright Futures is a long-term commitment. So can you please tell us what has kept you engaged in the program, or what has been most impactful?
For me, I think it's definitely like the people and that we meet, like Jen, Nikki, Joanna. I feel like we get that one-on-one connection, kind of how Jen was talking, and like that's really helpful in that, like, I know that I have people who I can rely on, and also just like I have friends as well who are doing Bright Futures, so it's always fun to like have people that and like we all have that same goal of wanting to go to college. So for me, it's been really like a lot about making connections and talking with people.
I think for me, it's been kind of the support. I know that if I have like a random charge on my tuition statement, I can just text Joanna real quick and she'll reply in 2 seconds to help me out. So I think it's been that support and just how like nice and understanding everyone is. And also it's just, I don't know, I have a little sister, so I want to set an example for her and I want to get her into the program too. And I kind of want to show her what it's done for me and what it can do for her and all of her friends.
And then Jose, if you would like to share, if not, we can go on to the next one.
Yeah. Sorry. I would say that for me, it's also been the support systems. Um, I'd say a lot with like helping writing with the college essays. I would say that it's also like the people that I've met. I've met a lot of people through Bright Futures that I probably wouldn't have met otherwise, and I just really like meeting the people that Bright Futures has allowed me to meet because they're usually very interesting and they're all very caring and want to help, and that's always a very good thing. So.
Thank you for sharing, y'all. And my next question is, what motivates you to pursue higher education?
For me, like my family will always be a huge motivation. Like what I do is like my parents push me so much, like they couldn't really help me through like applying to college. Like they didn't know how to do that, but like their emotional support was everything for me. Like they were like, you can do it, you go to college, you major in what you want to major, do what you love. And so that, like my family will always be a motivation for me. But as I'm in college, just like education and learning about mental health, because that's what like I'm passionate about, just motivates me to keep like going with school and just like learn more about mental health so that I can provide services and just like, I don't know, I really like learning.
For me, I think it's kind of the same thing. My parents, they work a lot. Like my dad works 2 jobs, so I never really get to see him. And my mom, she cleans houses, and obviously, like, you can tell the amount of like effects show by as time goes by. So they're definitely my motivation, and also like Lindsay said, I'm really passionate about what I'm learning about. I'm super into social justice and just making change, and a lot of recent decisions just empower me to keep moving and to keep learning to hopefully one day, create big change and help out some communities.
For me, I really like learning. I really, for one, like love science and math. Like those are the two things that I love probably the most in school. But I just, in general, like just really like learning. Um, I also am doing it for my family. My mom, she had to raise me on her own, and she works a lot. So I'm doing it, to really help her, to like sort of in a way pay her back and also be like a good role model for my little sister.
Y'all, this is so beautiful. I love to hear about y'all's passions because you can see your face light up as you speak, and it's just so amazing to see. And I have no doubt that all your family members and your younger siblings are beyond proud of you. Can you please share with us a challenge or a goal that you have had, and how did you overcome it, or how did you accomplish it?
For me, I had like a kind of like emotional challenge. Like last semester, I don't know, it was just really hard for me. Like started to miss my family and just like feeling like, I don't know, like I wasn't fitting in. And so that was really hard because I didn't really want it to affect like my academics. But I was able to like reach out to my family and just like FaceTime them every day, even though my mom probably got annoyed. But I called her every day to see my little brother and my sister as well. And then also I just like reached out to like the counseling services that we have here on campus. Yeah, and I just feel like mental health isn't always talked about, and like I really experienced it in college, and I didn't know that like that was something that could happen. So yeah, that's why I like to talk about that.
For me, it was kind of just a loss of motivation, in my junior year and my senior year of high school. I honestly was just, I don't know, like the motivation wasn't there, and it was affecting my grades, it was affecting my attendance, it was affecting every single aspect of my life. But luckily, I was able to reach out. I talked to my mom about it. She was really supportive. And it's just the people you keep around you. You need to, like, I've learned to talk to them and share with them how you feel, and they'll support you and they'll help you get through whatever you are going through.
For me, I'd say, like something that like really sort of affected me and like my mental health and stuff was after like 10th grade. We had like some issues going on with like my health and stuff. There was like a quick health scare, and it was hard because I really had to like keep myself up and positive, because it was like really like like a challenge. But I got through it, and my mom was a huge support system there, and so were my friends. So definitely one of those stories, where the people around you do help you, and yeah.
Thank you so much for normalizing mental health. I feel like it's such a huge thing in our community, and it's so reassuring to hear that not only do you have supportive friends, but y'all have supportive family as well. So now we're going to get into some more specific questions. So this one is for you, Jose. I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about your internship experience with Pathmakers, and if you could kind of explain what that was.
So it was an over the summer internship. It was here at the University of Utah at the Huntsman Cancer Institute. And I was on a research team studying enzymes and proteins, and it was really cool because I got to like make like an enzyme. Like I got to like make like what we called chimeras, which are like little mutants. So we essentially changed like an already existing enzyme to see if it worked. It didn't work, but we made others. So yeah, I didn't get through that because it was a 10-week program. But the researchers, it's still going on, and I'm still in touch with them, and they're keeping me up to date with it. So very fun. And I got a lab coat, so that was fun.
That is so cool. I love it. I love it. I hope you wear your lab coat still, even just to class. And this one question is for Jessica. So what are you most excited about for this first year in college?
Well, definitely making more friends. I feel like these past 2 months, I've just been like hibernating in my room because I'm scared to go out and to meet new people. But I think it's like time to get out there because it's starting to get kind of sad in here. Um, I have made some friends in like some of my classes, which is pretty fun. I just need to make sure I hang out with them out of class. But I don't know. It's just that whole experience of meeting new people and just learning new things, honestly, and exploring the city I'm in, and yeah, just making new fun memories.
Love it. I'll be sharing a couple club ideas that I think you might enjoy after this. So I'm excited to share that with you. And Lindsay, this past year, we have asked you to come present to some of our younger cohorts. Can you please tell us what it's been like to come back and be one of the presenters, or as I like to call it, one of our motivators?
Yeah, it's been really fun. It's like a full circle moment, and it's like crazy because I was like, I remember I'm like, I remember when I was in 10th grade sitting at these like meetings and just like thinking, okay, I'm gonna go to college. I want to, hopefully I get there. And now like the students are listening to me and it's crazy. But it's really fun because like I always wondered like what college was like, and there's not really like a, you know, like a set like, oh, this is what's gonna happen. Like everybody's stories are different, and like just hearing about everyone's experiences has been really helpful, and I want to be able to do that to students, and also just like let them know that I'm a resource for them too, and like if they have any questions about anything, because college is more than just like school or like, you know, like meeting new people, like you're adulting kind of, and like I was like, this is fun, this is great, and yeah, I just it's I really like it.
Thank you for sharing. And Lindsay, I actually have one more question for you because this is your third year, but also your senior year. So can you tell us a bit about your plans for after graduation, or kind of what you're considering?
Yeah, so I want to be a therapist. I don't know what type yet. Like I'm like I kind of want to work with children, but maybe like older people too. And so these like past 2 months, it's been a lot to like think about like grad school and jobs. And I was really actually like going back and forth. Stacy, she's like my career mentor, and she like really like, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want to go to grad school. I don't know if I want to go to work. But right now I feel like I need a break from school. And so I want to work in Park City for like a year, just be with my family and like working somewhere with like mental health or just like helping people, or maybe working with like students. And then I want to go to grad school. I don't know if I want to get my PhD, a master's, a PsyD. That's another option, like another thing I have to think about and sort through. But yeah, I want to eventually go in like 2 years to grad school. I want to go out of state, hopefully. And yeah, it's been really, I like the fact that I have a lot of options, but it also is like kind of overwhelming. But like, I'm excited. I'm excited for change in the future.
Thank you for sharing, Hun. And don't worry, you don't have to make up your mind just yet. You've got time. And this is one more question for y'all, but while we ask this question, I'd love for y'all who are in the audience to come, if you have any questions yourselves, to add them to the chat. But what's something that you would like those supporting the program to know?
I think that it's important that they know that like it's really helpful, like the program is really helpful, and it's helpful in many different ways for many different people. So like we all don't necessarily take like something that, well, like we all take something that we need from the program that to help us, and it's completely different from like my other friends who are in Bright Futures. And I think that's important because like the support that we get differs for each person. Like some of us might need more financial help, some of us might need more career like help, and I think that is just like such a wonderful thing that the program has done, because like it gives us like full support on all aspects of our life.
I think the impact the program has on students is just huge. I know for me, if it weren't for Bright Futures, I feel like I wouldn't be here. Um, the resources they give and just the advice they give you, it's a huge help. Um, and honestly, like just when I like talk to Joanna or talk to Nikki or talk to Jen, it just makes me feel so much better about college and kind of what I'm doing, because sometimes I feel completely lost. But it's just had a huge impact on my life. I know I'm like super grateful for it. My parents are super grateful for it. And I know there are a lot of other people that feel the same way.
Yeah, I would say that it's really what Lindsay and Jessica said. Also, like, yeah, it's just nice to like have somebody to talk to. It doesn't always have to be college stuff. Just having somebody to talk to with like your coach, like Nikki or Jen, it's always nice to know that, you have, people who support you. Bright Futures really is like your team of cheerleaders who, will cheer you on in all your accomplishments and make sure that you have time to really cheer yourself on as well.
Thank you for sharing, y'all. I have appreciated every comment you've made and for being willing to open and be vulnerable about your experiences. And it's honestly such a privilege to work with y'all. I'll say it time and time again, like it really is an honor that I get to call this my job. So I'm happy to work with y'all, and a huge shout out to our advisory board members. We have Franklin and Stacy on here. They are a major support, and Lindsay even noted how amazing Stacy was with her support. So huge shout out to her for that. And then if we have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself now, unless you want to put it in the chat. If you're a little shy, that's okay. Oh, go ahead, Jen.
Hi. So I just was looking back through some of the stories, and this is more for Lindsay and Jessica. Sorry, Jose, for the moment, but some of the things you said triggered things that you, gosh, had done a couple of years ago, and I wondered if that was still figuring into your career plans. So Lindsay, you had said you're not sure if you want to work with kids or someone or older. And did you not work with older population when you were in school? Did you work at Beehive Home when you were at Park City High? Is that you? No. Okay. I was wondering if that was you.
That was
And
Camilla.
that was Camilla. Okay. I was trying to
But
remember.
Lindsay
which
worked
one it
with the
was.
school district, right? With the youth population in the school district, which was a great experience.
All right. And then Jessica, didn't you work with Voter Rise one year?
Yeah, I did. And I'm currently doing another internship, which is kind of similar to that. It has to do with like the elections that are going on right now. So it's kind of cool how that led to what I'm doing right now. So yeah.
Did that when you did that, did that spark your interest in social justice?
Well, before that, I kind of already had like a passion for social justice. The internship just kind of made it more like clear that I do want to do this for the future. It helped me. I learned so much about like registration, things like that. And the fun part about it was that I got to share it with my community, with native Spanish speakers, which don't have the information to like vote, do all that. So that was a huge privilege. And yeah, I mean, it just really solidified my idea of like social justice, political science type of things.
Yeah, for me, I didn't work with like older populations, but I worked with kids during the a summer internship at the Park City, what's it called, summer school at McPolin. And that was actually what sparked my interest in like wanting to work with kids, because I had never worked. I worked with the special ed especially, and it was just like, it was such a privilege to work with them and just like get experience and being with them. And kids are so fun. They're so like outgoing and they're so funny sometimes. So that got me more confused, but it also allowed me to have like more options of like, what do I want to do now, you know?
That's amazing. Any other questions from the audience? Oh, Brenna, is that correct?
Hi. So to all three of you, what would be your dream next internship? And I know, Lindsay, you're saying kids, older population, but if you could say, this would be my next dream opportunity for an internship.
For me, I really want to work with like outreach for like Hispanic communities and working with mental health, like kind of sharing my knowledge and just sharing more knowledge about mental health and like having being able to provide that information, because I feel like I grew up and like my parents had no idea what mental health was. They were like, I don't know why you're sad, just be happy. And I was like, I can't do that. And so to me, like, I just noticed that like a lot of people like just don't know, and it's hard to learn about it if it's not in your language. And so I would love to like work with outreach and like speaking Spanish and just providing that information to Latinx communities.
I think for me, my dream internship would kind of be to like work with someone that has a like government position or um I don't know, something of that type, like or a lawyer, something like that. Just so I can like really wrap my head around what I kind of want to do. And also to just I like to see the type of people there are in our government institutions because I know there are a lot of underrepresented groups. Um, so I think that'd be a super interesting opportunity if I ever like were to work like that. But yeah, that'd be my dream internship.
For me, I would like to maybe get an internship at a biotech company, maybe a startup, just to see like how that whole world works, with biotechnology and industry and things like science. So it really just sparks my interest to see how a biotech company works.
Jose, I missed it, but where are you located? Are you in Utah?
Yeah, I'm here in Park City.
And Jose is a 12th grader at Park City High School still, so he's not yet in college, but I know you're considering a few schools. Do you mind just like reiterating some of the schools that you were interested in?
So I like the Caltech. It's in Pasadena, California. Um, just because it's a very big STEM school, which I really like. Everybody there is nerdy, but surprisingly, they're very, like social. Like they work together, and the social life is very alive there, which I loved. And I love, the idea of surrounding myself with, nerds like myself. And their research opportunities are amazing. They have NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and 98% of the students that go there get some sort of research by the time they graduate. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Hun. Are there any more questions from the audience? Oh, if you haven't already seen Jose, everyone's going, yeah, in the comments. So we love to see it. All right. Well, it looks like those are all our questions. I do appreciate y'all's time. And Jen, if you have any final comments, feel free to share.
Oh, thank you. I will. Honestly, thanks, guys. What I said from the start is really true. Like, the students, you guys are really, sounds like we scripted you to say such nice things. We didn't. You're nice to mention what an impact this program has, but honestly, like, I feel like I'll turn the tables to say it is just such an incredible honor to have any role, any supporting role to this, these students, and there are so many others just like them. I will say there's just a huge range of students at different GPA levels and different career interests and different degree interests. Some will be pursuing 4-year degrees, others 2-year associate's degrees, and others certificate programs. And every one of them has just amazing stories to tell. And we're just equally as proud as every one of them. So thanks to you three for coming. It's really supportive to us as a program for you to come and share your stories with everyone. And thanks to you who are supporting Bright Futures. I did, a little shameless plug, put up a QR code that leads right to our Live Give page. Just a little hint. But we would appreciate any support. Your support goes directly to financial assistance to our students while in college and to the operating costs of running this program. So we do appreciate your support. Thank you, Franklin, as always, for your time and effort as chair of our advisory board. And that's all I have to say. Thank you all for coming.